Alright. Okay, what are we doing today? We are going to make an eye blink using photos in Photoshop. So I've got all my eye images that I took on my iPhone. Thank you very much. And the quality isn't that good, so you might want to use an actual real camera, but the quality, it's not bad. It's not bad. I can work with that. Okay, so I've got a few photos of, that's me winking, and I have winked, and then I unwink the winked. Alright, cool. So I got my photos, so I'll open Flash. Flash is open. Okay, cool. ActionScript 3.0. So I got my canvas. I'll change the properties of the canvas. So I'm just gonna message. 1280 by 720. Cool. Spacebar. I can move it around. Cool. Now I'm just looking at my 1280 by 720 canvas. All right. What do I need to do? I need to import the images. So File, Import to Library. So my eye. So I left click the first frame I want to import. Hold Shift. Left click the last frame. So I've highlighted all of them. Open. Now when I go to my library, there are all my beautiful eyes in there. All the images. Wink. Here's winking at you, kid. Alright. Good. So I'll bring in my first image of my eyeball. Boom. There it is. Looks good. So that's on the first frame. So if I press F6, it'll duplicate that frame. So now I've got two pictures in two different frames. So I'll go to the second frame, right click my image, swap bitmap, select the next one down, okay, so it's the next frame. So then F6 again, makes a duplicate, right click, swap bitmap, next frame down, okay, again F6, right click, swap bitmap, and so forth until I have all my images out. So bitmap, let's see how fast I can do it. Whoa, pressure's on, yeah, all right. Okay. Good, okay, now we have a wink. Now that's okay, but it's very obvious that I took a photo of it on my phone. It's the same size and everything. So what am I gonna do? Well, first I want to link it up, so because the eye kind of moves down a bit and starts in the middle. I'd rather it to be roughly in the same place. So one way I might do that is create a new layer. And in this layer, I'll just use my brush tool. I'll draw roughly where the eyeball is. Cool. And then when I go to the next frame, I can use my selection tool V, and I can slightly move it just so it lines up a bit better. Move forward with full stop. So full stop and comma moves back and forth in your timeline. So move with full stop and left click, drag, and I can line it all up roughly where I need it. Just roughly. Something like that. Yeah, that's not bad. And that weird picture on the end. Alright, cool. Cool, I like it. Okay, so I don't need that layer of the guide anymore, so I can delete that. So I just select the layer, delete. Now I might label my layer just so I don't lose track of it. Double left click, I'll call it eye photo. Oh. Alrighty, so getting there, not bad. Now it's kind of in the center a bit more. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mask it so all I can see is this section here, so just the eye. So I'm not going to see any books, I'm not going to see my beautiful sideburns that I'm growing, I'm not going to see my ear. Okay, so I'll add a new layer. Now this one, so I need to draw a shape, so I'll lock the layer underneath to make sure I'm not drawing on there. Now I can make it any shape I want, doesn't matter. So I might make it a circle, oval. So select the oval tool. Now I can either left click and drag it from here and get a rough idea of where it's going to be, but the way I'm going to do it, so just undo that, Command Z will undo it. I'm going to go in the middle of the eyeball, roughly. Left click. Now if I hold shift, it creates a circle, which is fine, but if I hold option instead, it's going to drag it out from the middle, so I can cover more of the area, be precise. So you can start in the middle, drag it out just by holding option. Let go of that. Cool, I can check. Yeah, oh, it goes over a bit, so I might just modify it a little bit. So V, left click, highlight the section. Q is my transformation tool. I'm going to alter it a bit so it doesn't go outside that line, because it's going to be really obvious it's a cutout. So maybe something like that. I'll watch it, and it seems to be not bad. It's pretty good. So it's roughly where I need it to be. So now it's wink, wink, wink. And the problem is, what is the problem? Nothing is the problem. Okay, so layer 3. So if I right click layer 3, so now I've created the shape that I want us to view the eyeball. So if I right click layer 3, go to mask, now it turns it into a mask. Now you'll notice when I play it, all we see is that eyeball. Kabink, kaboink, da doink, da goink. Alright, so it's not quite lined up, it kind of moves up a bit. So what I could do there, just by unlocking the layer underneath, I could just slightly move it. So if I just want to see, if I don't want to see the layer on top, just eyeball, okay, cool. Or instead of just getting rid of it completely, I could just do outline. So that's a little square there, so I can see the outline of the shape. I go back and forth, so I can figure out if I think I want it to move a bit, but that's not bad. So then, when you have it unlocked, you'll be able to see your mask. You have to lock both layers, and then you won't be able to see the mask anymore, and you'll just see what it wants you to see. So there's my eye, so that's alright, don't mind that. Looks pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this so I can put it inside its own symbol, so then I can animate it if I want to move it around. So left click, hold shift, left click, so I've selected both my layers. Now I right click on the layers, copy layers, go insert, new symbol, I'll call this eye blink, or bloink, graphic, okay. Then I just right click on the layer, so now I'm inside the symbol, eye bloink, right click in the layer, paste layers, and now I've got my animation there. Oh, you see it's hidden it all the way down here. It's simple as zooming out, finding where you, okay, so now we've got my animation. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Alright, cool. So if I press enter, it'll play it once and stop at the end, but I want it to continuously loop. So if my animation goes for a long period of time, it'll just continuously blink. So it's as simple as being, once you're inside the symbol, go to control, loop, playback. Now when I press enter, it'll constantly blink. Now it's a bit schizophrenic for my likings. So what I'm going to do, left click, so I select all the frames, hold shift, left click the last frame, so now I've got all those frames selected. I'm going to left click, drag, so maybe frame 20. So it's not till frame 20 that it starts doing anything, and there's no frames in here. So I might want to extend these frames so they just go for a long period of time. So left click, hold shift, left click, and let go, and then I left click and drag. And now this first frame goes for 20 frames, and then he blinks, which is fine. But then you'll notice, because the last frame he's got eye closed, and then when it loops back around, it goes straight to open again. So a little shortcut I might do to fix that problem is left click the start of my timeline, hold shift, left click to where I want to highlight, so I've got all that section highlighted, hold option, left click and drag, put it where I want to put it, okay, and it's made a copy of all those frames that I had highlighted. It's copied them over here. Now that's fine, But what it's going to do is it's going to be open eye, close eye, open eye straight away, close eye, which is not what I want, because I want it to go open eye, slowly close, slowly open, and then open eye. So now I've still got all this selection highlighted in my timeline. Right click, it's as easy as reverse frames. And now in my animation, it's open eye, slowly closes, opens back up, open eye. So when I press enter, blink, blink, kabloink. Alright. I might even extend it in the middle so it holds it closed for a couple of frames on that weird picture. F5, F5, F5. So now that one image will go for 4 frames. So I'll play that. Cool, and I'm pretty happy with that. Now if I return to my scene, so I've still got this animation here, but I don't need it anymore because I've got my animation saved in my library as iBloink. So I can get rid of those layers, simple as pressing the garbage bin and the garbage bin. I won't let you delete, you need at least one layer there. So create a new layer, and now I can get rid of that layer. Cool, I want my animation to go for 100 frames, let's say, so I can click left click 100 frame, F5. Now my animation goes to 100. I'll bring in my iBloink, so left click drag, and there's my iBloink, and it's as simple as that. Now when I play my animation, it just continuously loops. And it's as easy as that. If I want lots of eyeballs, I could hold Option, make a duplication of that, hold Option again. I can make it smaller. I could turn it around. Whee! Cool. I could even, if I wanted to, so now if I play that, 3 eyeballs, whee! It's going a little bit crazy. If I wanted to make it a bit more organic, so less robotic, so they all blink at the same time, what I might be inclined to do is, so if I select my symbol, I think if I go to my properties and where it's looping, I could, instead of it starting on the first frame in the symbol, I could get it to start, say, on the, I'm just going to do it slightly, I'm going to just get it to start on the 3rd frame instead. So this symbol here will start on the 3rd frame in the symbol, and these ones will start on the 1st frame. So you'll notice this one is going to lag by 2 frames, and that'll give it a kind of creepy look. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. So you can see how you do that. I can do the same with another frame. So I can make this frame, this one start on 4. So it's just a little bit off time. So they're all starting slightly different times. Right click. And that's pretty creepy. There you go. Simple as that. Enjoy.